Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. In this video, I am going to solve a super annoying problem that most system administrators get, particularly for partners, around now. The issue comes with the DocuWare Cloud system upgrades. Some customers upgrade earlier than others, so you have half your customers on DocuWare 7.7 and the other half still on DocuWare 7.8 or whatever version it happens to be. This means that if you're trying to fix a customer, you often have to install or uninstall desktop apps on a repeated basis, or alternatively, you have to run all of your settings, setups from within a virtual machine. With what I'm about to show you, you can actually get around that and you can run both 7.7 desktop apps, and for this video, I already have desktop app 7.7 installed, and I want to now add 7.8 to my machine. The first thing I'm going to do is open up a Windows folder, and I'm going to browse to the Program Files DocuWare folder. In there you'll see a load of separate folders depending on what you've got installed on your machine. What we want to do, because I want to be able to run DocuWare Desktop and the Workflow Designer in the old version, is rename the folder, and I'm just going to put an underscore 7.7 in the folder name. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is install the DocuWare Desktop apps. So I'm going to go back to my DocuWare system, Desktop Apps, Install Desktop Apps, run the installer, and I'm going to install the desktop apps. So I'm going to do a just installation. I'm not going to install everything. I'm just going to install Edit and Send and Workflow Designer. Click Install, wait for that to run through. While that's installing, if I just have a quick look in my Program Files folder, you can see all of the additional folders are being added as the new versions are being installed. Excellent. Can restart later, we don't need to restart now. We're going to have to restart later anyway. Again, click Restart Later. Excellent. So now, as you can see, in my Program Files folder, you can see I now have a desktop and a Workflow Designer folder for DocuWare 7.8 and the old desktop and Workflow Designers for DocuWare 7.7. If I check my services, so if I go search services.msc, and if I look at my DocuWare services, what you'll see is I have the DocuWare desktop service running. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new desktop service for DocuWare version 7.7. So to do that, I'm going to open a command line. So type cmd, run as administrator, and the command line pops up. Next, I need to run a command line prompt that will create me a service for the 7.7 desktop apps. So to do that, I need to type sc space create space, give the service a name. So I'm going to call it DocuWare 7.7 desktop, space, bin path equals space. I'm then going to go back to my program files, go in to the desktop 7.7 folder, press the shift key, and then on this file here, right click and choose the option copy as path. I then go back to my command prompt, paste it in, press enter, and I get sc create service success. If I now go back to my services, refresh the list, you'll see I've got a new service called DocuWare 77 Desktop. If I start the service, that's going to start without any problems. What I also want to do is change the startup type to automatic. So just right click on it, go to Properties, under Startup Type, change to automatic. Click Apply and click OK. Now that my service is created, all I need to do now is to create a shortcut for each individual version of my DocuWare desktop apps, so the actual applications that runs in the system tray, and my workflow designer. So to do that, if I go back to my Windows folder structure, you'll see I've already created on my desktop a DocuWare desktop folder. I've already created the 77 desktop apps. If I go to the DocuWare folder, I can get the workflow designer for 77. Shift, right click, copy as path again. New shortcut, paste the path in. The only thing with the copy as path is it adds speech marks to the front and back. So just remove those speech marks. Next, 77 workflow designer. And then do the same for the 7.8 desktop apps. Once you've done both, what you are then able to do is, as long as you go back and forward, exiting the desktop apps that are in your system tray, and then reloading the correct version of the desktop apps for the system you want to work on, DocuWare will then allow you to work with both 7.7 and 7.8 desktop apps on the same device. I really hope this video has been super helpful to your system admin.